Well, last we left off, we were processing this pile here. I've done a couple sticks off camera, and we're getting right down to it. We got the last three here. A pretty big pile of logs in front of me. I think I'm gonna just go right over and start loading up that trailer. It's since how it's sitting right there. Get these out of my way. That way I can skid some more wood. I'll probably get a couple more bunches down, and I'm gonna call it good up there on up on that hillside. I'm still trying to figure out how I should mark the piece of land, like what I want to do to define an area. It's much easier if you define an area before you start cutting. Like if I was to go up there and say, I'm gonna make it to this point here, I feel like it's kind of, it doesn't mean much, I guess, to me. It's like, whatever. You've just been randomly cutting this whole time. What makes this spot here different? It doesn't make any sense to me, but as far as myself, anyway. So I'll have to come up with something when I get up there. Get one more log out of this. Kind of looks like a decent size. So this is the last tree here. That other stuff is just the brush stuff. I'm gonna get this one cut up. We'll go switch over to the grapple and load that trailer up. I want to probably mulch that pile up right here too before I start cutting more. I gotta get over there with the mulcher. I don't know where I left it. It's somewhere around here, but I could always throw it on the skidder. It works good on the skidder. It's just not realistic. I've never seen a skidder with a mulcher on the front of it. Not that it can't happen. All you gotta do is run some hydraulics out the front, or I mean, I guess you get the blade if you attach it to the blade and fix it at a certain height. Your mulcher, you could have your controls right out there and change the hydraulic flow of the machine so that it had pressure out at the end of the blade. It's possible to do, for sure, but I've never seen it. So let's set up here on the side of the pile. I don't know that I'm gonna be liking grabbing logs like this. We're gonna give it a shot. Maybe it's gonna be easier for me. I'm actually gonna back that trailer up too. It's kind of it's a little far forward. I can't quite reach the front bunk where I'm parked right now. That should be good. That should be good. Let's see. Definitely can get that one. And definitely can get this one. It's crazy. I've said it before in a video that I never quite grasp when I'm playing how much of a reach these log loaders have. I mean, you can reach a ways with these things without any problem. I don't know. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more wood to fill this trailer up. I don't think I quite have enough cut up on the ground here. Especially with what I got already on the trailer there, how quickly the size of the pile went down. I'm gonna straighten these up before I throw it on there. I did get a comment on one of my videos. Somebody had mentioned that if I use this grapple with a stabilizer on it. Oh, that was weird. I don't know what happened there. Kind of graphical something or other. If I use the grapple here with a stabilizer on it, it helps with these spindly logs, and that is why I have it on this map. I did use it. I used it before the comment. It was a good comment, though. Not maybe people don't know about it, but if you use this grapple with the stabilizer, it helps out. Okay, I just had to pause for a second there. You probably didn't notice it. It was just a split second, but if there's a little bit of a pause in the recording, that's why. Not sure. I guess I'm just going to kind of load this trailer evenly and then we can um, we'll see what we get with it. Maybe we can bring over a couple sticks from one of our other piles there. I don't want to cut too much more wood at this location. I think it's pretty well cut, I guess. What I'm gonna call it. I could run around the wherever I decide I'm gonna cut. I could run around it with a can of marking paint and mark like a perimeter, like this is the edge of the clear cut that I'm going for. And that might be what I do. It's just a lot of work. That's why I was hoping I could come up with a way to kind of create some borders. If anybody has any ideas, I mean, I know I've done it before where I'll paint roads for the harvester to go down and I harvest roads. But as far as the fellow buncher, I'm not quite sure how to mark out my area without manually doing it with a paint can. Some people probably doesn't even cross their minds. They just keep cutting and say, oh, this is good. But I like to have a purpose, especially when I'm making a video about it. My new processor controls worked pretty well. Last episode I talked about how I set some new controls up. And still getting used to it, like flicking the tops away, getting them to just feed out of the roller head. It's a bit of a trick, but I'm getting better as I go. Nothing too crazy. I have a spot set up at the bottom of this hill here to unload my trailer here. It's where I'm going to start stockpiling the wood on this map, creating a wood yard of sorts. It's not really a wood yard because I don't have any equipment there. Like I could set up a firewood processor and start loading stuff with the firewood processor, or loading stuff into the firewood processor, but I don't have any interest in getting a forklift and hauling that stuff away. It's just not fun for me. I'm gonna grab one more grapple and we'll throw it on the back here. I'm just gonna grab this one spindly little stick here that I didn't get. Oops. Sometimes when you loosen the grapple while you're in motion there, it's creates a bit of an issue. So let's get over here. Grab a pile of logs. I don't know why these piles get so deformed. I mean, I didn't think I was close enough to have them be updating, but I must have been. It's kind of sad to see it when you have a nice neat pile and you come back and this is what it is. I think that one taller log there is a longer one. I think if we flip it around here, oh no, it was a short one. Sometimes you can just about flip the machine over. That's what I was gonna say. Sometimes you can just about flip the machine over doing something stupid like that. I should have just adjusted it on the trailer rather than do what I did there. That's that's full enough. I'll just get off to the side here. Toss this log in one of our piles over here. I'm flip-flopping on myself here. I'm not sure what I want to do, if I want to unload that or not, but I think I'm gonna run down and unload this trailer here and drop it in our spot. Get a little bit of hauling action in. Just because I like this truck here. Oh, I have a full-on mulching machine. I guess I don't have to attach the mulcher. I forgot I had that. So our wood pile's down at the bottom of this hill here. It's kind of a steep hill to be driving a truck on. I don't know why my frame rate was dipping there. You can hear the Jake brake on this truck though. I mean, look at how steep this is. You'd never be hauling a truckload of logs down a hill like this. This would be scary. Maybe you would if it was paved, but you'd have to have a headboard on your trailer or with the logs strapped down really tight, because if you hit the brakes at all coming down this, the logs would be right through the back window of the truck you were driving, or into the sleeper. Just taking my time here. I don't want to drive off the edge of the road with these logs. There's my my loader coming into view. I think I'm gonna start cutting down here next. Pick a spot down here and we'll haul some equipment down. But this is right where I want to stack the logs, right around where this loader is, so we'll just get them unloaded here. We can always move them later too. It's not that big of a deal. If I got a lot stacked here and I gotta move them, I can move them off camera too. That way we're not wasting time messing with logs that we've already touched. I like to unload stuff and load stuff. That way I can get better at it, get faster at it. It definitely helps to do both. That you were just loading all the time, I don't think you'd get as good as if you're loading and unloading it. If you're good at one, I don't think you can be good at one without being good at the other. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You have to practice both disciplines in order to really be good at running the machine. Just doing one thing over and over again is you can get good at it, but you're not going to be good at running the machine. I think when you come in and you grab a grab off the trailer here, you can't just bury the grapple on it. You have to kind of come down part way and leave room for the logs to clamp in there. Well, it's the same thing when you're going into a pile of wood. This is an easier way to practice, so grabbing the right amount of logs. If that makes any sense. Even still, it doesn't always work out, like this little twig here. If I can spin it back into the pile. Ooh. One log there kind of went sideways on me. Messed up my pile. It's not bad though. Able to straighten it up there pretty easy. Here we go. I'm just gonna leave the log truck here. We're gonna quick switch, do some traveling up to the top of the hill. Oh, this is my other operation. Let's see. Nope. Nope. There we go. This is the that was a fellow buncher. Here we go. This is where we want to be. I gotta get different operations going on the same map here, so I probably shouldn't. Then it would make my ability to quick switch a little easier. That's why I generally don't do it. I've said it before that I don't like to do it because I feel like it's faster to just run, and that's why, because I end up getting a bunch of vehicles parked up on the map, and it takes a lot of messing around to find out where you're supposed to be. Get these ground down here. I'm just gonna get this pile here cleaned up, the one right in front of me. I'm not gonna go crazy mulching everything. I'll do that on the final cleanup before I haul the equipment out. I just want to have enough space here so that I can get my last few piles down to the bottom. I'm gonna go up to the top after this. We're gonna get a few more piles bunched and get ready to haul them with the skidder. I think we got 2 or 3 up there right now that are ready to come down. Whenever I'm doing something like and talking about what I have left to do, it would be so much more fun to be doing it with a few people. I friended a couple people on Discord here, and I just haven't made time to get online or make plans to be online when they're online so that we can do a multiplayer thing, which is it's my fault, but that's what happens when this isn't a full-time job, and I don't think it's a full-time job for any of them either. Everybody just plays the game in their free time, and when people live in different parts of the country as you, it's a little tough to get linked up. I thought I could just flip right up to my harvester, but I'll just run up the hill here. Oh, I meant to up my player speed. Go. So I can run a little faster here. Get up to the top here. We got a nice little lookout here. I'm not gonna go much farther than this. We're just gonna whack this section right here, this little corner. Cut this off, probably somewhere right there, and we'll call that good here for this cut. Maybe the thing to do is move the landing to somewhere over there if I want to continue on this piece of land, on this parcel. But I'd like to have some decent sized piles so that when I come up with a skidder, I can really make my time worth it. Like I should just drive a little bit farther forwards here. I don't want to be grabbing 2 or 3 logs at a whack. I want to have some big stacks to drag down. This would be a heck of a place to be running a fella buncher. Like a nice view. Back up and add these to my pile back here. These are this is kind of just a bunch of crap. Not going to get very good logs out of those. I did notice loading and unloading that trailer too. I had mentioned before that I end up getting a lot of brush in my loads, like a lot of spindly pieces of wood. And I was intentionally trying to make sure I didn't end up with a bunch of small stuff, and it definitely makes it easier. I mean, it's a kind of like a obvious thing, but if you don't know, you don't know, so. What's obvious to some people is not always obvious to others. This is what schools should do. They should have like some video games like this set up, like high schools, and then a couple hours a day kids can take classes on just whatever, if it's logging equipment or construction equipment, and they can play on these simulators, and they can learn how things are done. I 20 minutes in here, so if you're made it this far, I would say you probably like listening to me ramble, or you can tolerate me rambling. I lost every, well, I thought I lost every tree, but I almost did. Almost lost every tree, but you either like listening to me ramble, or you just like watching me play and you turn the volume off. But I think that you don't have to know everything about everything, but if you know how some things are done, everything kind of translates. Like you can figure out simple things like the most, like, we do this way, whatever, because it's the most efficient. Well, maybe the thing you learned is not what people are doing, but you learned that they do it a certain way because they want to be the most efficient. Maybe that's what you learned. If that makes any sense. I know it sounds stupid, but I feel like some people don't even know that you do things a certain way and you try to figure out which way to do it because you want to be the most efficient. Some people don't even know that. So if there was in high schools, if you could come and play a game like this and they taught you classes about how to be efficient, I don't know. I think it'd be worth doing. Be better than some of the other classes they teach, that's for sure. That's as far political as I really want to go. We're almost done here. I'm just gonna get these couple trees right here, and we'll call that good. You could have some critical thinking involved in these games too, and give a higher score depending on how you play the game or something. I don't know. I don't know how the game would work, but say somebody was playing the game, they would get more points if they did things the efficient way. You let them figure it out. You just give them the game, and people can figure out how to be efficient in the game. And probably is kind of stupid, but I don't think it would be a bad thing. That's probably good right there. Well, I'm gonna call this this hillside done after I pull these trees down. Just cut a path kind of up to the top of the hill. We're gonna get those piles down here and then work on cleaning up all these loose trees that are left around here. We'll pull them all over, get them in a pile. We'll process everything, haul most of the equipment out except for the mulcher and the log loader. We can load the truck up and get everything cleaned up and mulched, and then we'll be done here. That's so far up that the fellow buncher isn't even loaded when we rounded the corner. It loaded itself after we made it up and around the corner. Yeah, see, we got a couple logs laying over there. Got some up here. I'm gonna see, just for fun, not in the spirit of realism, but we are playing a video game. I'm gonna see if I can haul all of these trees all at once here. It looks like I gotta push these ones up a little bit closer, but gotta get the blade. Oh no, that's not a stump there. I thought that was a stump. There we go. That stump there that I just popped up and over, that's gonna cause me some issues. But let's see what we can do here. Oops. It's hard to see when you get in a pile like this, if you got them all, but that is quite a few. I should have been counting to see how many chokers we tied up there, but I think there was, when my speed is up, when every time I jump, it makes me go fast. I think I got them all. We'll find out. We'll come back up and there'll be one left up here. Maybe it'll get dragged down on the pile. These trees might sweep the hillside for me. Gonna drag down. If I can wheel this winch in here a little bit. Oops. Going the wrong way. So they're not so far away from me. These trees should kind of sweep the hillside for me though, so maybe I don't have to come back up so many times. That tree there just flipped up on. Oh no, that one's still attached. That one hit a stump. I could see that being something that really happened, although I don't know that it would quite flip over at that speed. But I could see that being a possibility, that it whips a tree up and tips it over. If it gets hooked on a stump, I might have to lift that off of there. And it's kind of jammed up on top. Although maybe when I disconnect all these, it'll straighten itself out. Yep. Actually, that couldn't have been any more perfect. When I started turning around, it fell right off. I don't know why I'm rambling about things needing to be more efficient. AI is going to take over and do everything for us anyway. And AI is going to be the most efficient way. All right. I should get back in the first person view here. It's a little less nauseating. When I'm third person, I feel like I'm constantly moving the camera, even though I don't need to be. I'm constantly moving it around and creating motion sickness for myself. We'll probably get these trees cleaned up here and hauled down, and that'll be the end of this episode. I'm probably not gonna go super crazy hauling all these extra twigs here and there down, because I can always come up and mulch them up. We'll get the majority of them, which actually looks like it's just this pile, because I was planning on mulching that pile back there because there was nothing good for wood in it. It was just these little I don't know what kind of tree they are. Maybe it'll tell me once I get up close to it, like a spruce tree or something. Red pine. I mean, if it's in my pile, I'll take it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get a bunch of the red pine. Thought I had a couple more big trees up here. Maybe not. Maybe I grabbed them. Maybe they're in this pile here. Yeah. Well, last pole off the hill. The rest is getting mulched. Wasting wood. I gotta figure out what I'm coming up here to mulch it with, though. I'll probably throw the mulcher on the front of the skidder here and make a couple passes up and down it. I won't do that. I won't do that on camera, though, because that'd be boring. Get it all cleaned up. And actually, we'll have to before we close out this video too, I'll get some of these branches here. Yeah, I'll get some of these cleaned up. I might bring my log loader over and move them with that, though. Oops, wanted to change my camera angle here so I can see. See when they got up to where I wanted them. There we go. I can never make up my mind on what I want to do. It's always a battle of, no, I should do this, I should do that, you should do this. See, this is what you'd be doing if you were cutting trees with a chainsaw and you were logging with a a grapple skidder, where if you had a cable skidder, you could run to the back log, tie a choker on, and then pick up the other shorter ones as you went down and got closer to the skidder, and then winch them all up and get them all winched up right up close to you. I don't know how to explain it any better than that, but a real cable skidder, you would have a lot easier of a time cleaning that up. This one that's in the game, the cables don't work quite like a real cable skidder would. You can't do what I'm describing, but it works enough. Let's see if I can push these trees up. This tree's been here pretty much since the start of this map. First episode, those trees ended up there, and I haven't touched them since. I did leave myself quite a mess. Oops. Pinning the trees against the side of the skidder. Good enough. I got that one top. I'll probably mess around to get that pile a little more neat with the log loader, but I'm gonna call that a video. We got all the wood cut. I'll bring the fella buncher back down off the hill. Get ready to haul this equipment away, and then I'll get everything cleaned up here, so that way we have a nice clean job. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Slow motion run.